Thank you so much for joining us on yet another episode of 420 Grams. I've been told by my lovely, diligent producer, whose hard work has brought us to you, that we're scheduled for 120. And for a show that generally says 120 and comes on by about 140, 150, 250, or doesn't even land up, we have come 4 minutes early today. This is भाई ये एक नया पैंतड़ा हमने अपने नाम कर लिया यहाँ पे एंड द रीजन वी कम अर्ली टुडे इज बिकॉज सब नहा धो के तैयार होके आज यहाँ पे ड्रॉ की वेट कर रहे थे द फाइनल ड्रॉ ऑफ कोर्स ऑफ द फाइनल राउंड एशियन कप क्वालिफायर्स एंड इंडिया यू हैव टू से has been handed a pretty easy draw if you look at the other ones, other groupings as well, because India is going to be hosting Hong Kong, Afghanistan, Cambodia come June in Kolkata. It's a four-team group, and the top team, of course, qualifies for the Asian Cup. And after that, it is the five second best placed teams that will qualify for the tournament in China. We're joined on the show to talk about the groupings, to talk about what India can expect once they play in Kolkata, how Kolkata advantage should play into their hands, and of course, some of the players that we should be seeing feature for the Indian team and what they've been doing for their clubs in the ISL. We're joined by Jaydeep Basu, Richard Hood, and soon to be joined by Ishfaq Ahmed and Renedy Singh. Sir, Richard, good to see the two of you. Jaydeep sir, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ सर, बच गई इंडिया. पहले मैंने ना देखा मैंने अफगानिस्तान और फिर मेरे को लगा भाई एक अब कौन से आने वाला है. But then luckily Hong Kong आ गई. So Hong Kong, Afghanistan, Cambodia, and you would say that at least the people who are going to be in the thick of the action would say a sigh of relief. This is doable, very doable to qualify for China.
Yeah, that is true because you have got three teams in the group, three other teams in the group, which is below far below ranked. I think Hong Kong is 148, Afghanistan should be 150, and that other team, what is that? Cambodia. That should be in his 170 or somewhere 75, 70. I don't know. Somewhere it should be. So that way it's a lovely group from the Indian point of view.
Lovely.
There is no doubt. Lovely group. There is no doubt about it. We should be sniffing at the for the what do you call it, for the spot in the final rounds.
Yes.
But again, can we do it? That's what.
आगे बजाओ. आप अभी इलेशन दिखाओ. पहले थोड़ा इलेशन तो दिखाओ आप.
इलेशन तो है. इलेशन वर्ल्ड कप क्वालिफायर्स में भी इलेशन मेरा बहुत था और मैं इसमें बोला था कि 12 पॉइंट तो कहीं नहीं जाता है. आई सेड
आप बोला था.
हाँ बोला था, आपको याद होगा. And then I had to lick my own wounds or whatever you call it. So okay, I am elated. For the time being, I am elated. February 24, 1:30 in the afternoon. I am elated.
Brilliant. And it's a lovely afternoon in Delhi. We have Richard Hood, who has lovely afternoons all around the year in Bengaluru. रिचर्ड भाई, आपने सर देखिए सर, आपके साथ जब भी हम बातचीत करते हैं आप अपनी ना किताब में कुछ ना कुछ लिख रहे होते हैं, क्योंकि ये कोच की खासियत होती है कि कॉपी बुक और पेन साथ में चलते रहते हैं, नोट्स चलते रहते हैं. इजी ग्रुप, वुड आई से वन ऑफ द इजीएस्ट ग्रुप्स दैट इंडिया हैज बीन हैंडेड आउट ऑफ द अदर दैट यू सीन?
नहीं लग रहा है. आई मीन इफ यू जस्ट लुकिंग एट व्हाट्स एट स्टेक, व्हाट वी नीड टू अकम्प्लिश, तो हैव टू एंश्योर दैट वी फिनिश इन द टॉप 2. और ये हांगकांग के स्क्वाड का हालत भी देखकर इनके, आई मीन दे हैव 6 guys who are of Brazilian origin, आई मीन born in Brazil and gotten citizenships there, लेकिन सब लोग 33 और 38 एज के बीच में हैं. उनकी आई मीन डिफेंडर्स का जो एवरेज एज है दैट इज अगेन अबव 32 33 इन विद द लोकल हांगकांग प्लेयर्स. सो इट्स अ वेरी एजिंग स्क्वाड जो हांगकांग में दिख रहा है बेस्ड ऑन द लास्ट 4-5 मैचेस. और कंबोडिया एंड एज वेल एज द अदर्स, मतलब अफगानिस्तान तो I think they have this ability to find players with origins and पता नहीं मतलब how much the whole political sort of situation over there, मतलब उधर इतना ठीक भी नहीं चल रहा है, तो कहाँ से players आने वाले हैं, what sort
of. But you'd say pretty much the same group जो कतर में आपने उनके खिलाफ खेले थे, वही ग्रुप आपके सामने आएगा कैलकाटा में खेलने. You'd expect that at least.
हाँ, ज्यादातर तो लग रहा है. I think a couple of them are already in India. एंड होता है मतलब प्लेयर्स अगर खुद का लोकल लीग नहीं चल रहा है, एंड प्लस कनाडा से काफी ग्रुपिंग जैसे बोले थे, माइट बी द सेम ग्रुप दैट विल कम इन, स्पेशली द स्टार्टिंग 11. तो ये जैसे बोला था, मतलब इलेशन या जो भी बोल रहे हो, मतलब
दिखाओ सर, खुशी दिखाओ सर, दिखाओ.
हाँ, तो इतना बुरा भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि मुश्किल होगा इस ग्रुप से ग्रुप ऑब्जेक्टिव्स मीट करने के लिए.
परफेक्ट. सर बाल जबरदस्त लग रहे हैं सर, जस्ट लाइक इंडियाज ग्रुप. मजेदार लग
तो
रहा है
है।
इशफाक. Welcome to the show, sir. You're on the show. Ishfaq, I don't think Ishfaq can hear us. Can you hear us, Ishfaq? I don't think he can hear us, but we'll get him back. भाई इशफाक बाल बना रहे हैं क्योंकि भाई ग्रुप बड़ा जबरदस्त आया है यहाँ पे भारत के लिए. Just a reminder for everyone who's tuned in, guys. The June 8th to 14th, there will be 3 match days. A group of 4 teams. Of those 4 teams, the top team will qualify automatically, and then the 5 second best placed teams out of the 6 groups will qualify for the Asian Cup. Ishfaq sir, baal bana gaye. You're looking nice. Can you hear us, Ishfaq?
I can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear. Okay, so we'll just try working on that. Hopefully, as soon as we get Ishfaq, because Renedy is also joining us on the show, so we'll get Renedy as well. भाई आज पूरी स्टारकास्ट आई है यहाँ पर because sir बहुत जरूरी है. We've been saying it for so long right now. From an Indian perspective, forget how we reach there right now. Forget how we reach there. We have to reach there just so that the progress continues. There is something big to play. फ्रॉम अ टीम पर्सपेक्टिव. नहीं तो कब तक आप ये क्वालिफायर्स तक अपनी गाड़ी बस घुमाते रहोगे. Continue what you did in 2019 and progress from there.
I think this group is Arjun is not to qualify is hard from this group. I think we have never lost to Hong Kong. We have beaten Hong Kong. And Cambodia. I think India has the biggest margin of victory in international football is against Cambodia. We beat them 6-0 or 7-0 in India. 7-0, I think.
But ये Hong Kong बाहर के player ले आते हैं. ये Richard is saying the right thing. A lot of these players come in.
No, I'm talking about
Can
Cambodia.
you guys hear me?
Yeah. We can.
We can hear you, Ishfaq. We can hear you.
So Cambodia तो कहीं नहीं जाता मेरे ख्याल से. And Hong Kong,
opening match in Cambodia.
Afghanistan is of course a problem. We have seen in the World Cup qualifiers. We have seen them in the SAF games. SAF games. Oh, they were not there. But in the World Cup qualifiers, we have seen it was difficult. And if Hong Kong, if they are bringing Brazilian players, doesn't matter how old they are. How old is Ogebeche? How old is Valskis? They always score against Indian defenders.
But they also have a young team supporting them. So
that is so. That is there. But 33 or 34 doesn't matter. I think so. It depends on how our defenders play. Yeah. So I think not to qualify from this group is will be very difficult. If that happens, that would be very very unfortunate. I would say because 5 second best teams are qualifying.
Yes.
And even if you are not among the 5 second best teams, okay, I expect India to come on top with 9 points from this group. If not 9 points,
आप लगा रहे हो दावा लगा रहे हो फिर से आप.
At least 7 points.
12 points.
At least 7 points from this group, I thought. if you ask me, on paper, India should get at least 7 points from this group. But even if they become, I expect India to be the group champions. But if they can't finish second best among 5 teams, that would be very unfortunate, and I don't think that is going to happen.
Ishfaq, can you hear us, Ishfaq?
I can hear you guys now, but very it's not that
clear.
Like the volume, I think it's really soft. I don't know whether you guys can hear me or not.
Sir, we can hear you loud and clear. I'll try speaking as loudly as possible. आप ये बताओ कि आप कूदे वहां पे एक बारी जब ग्रुप आपने देखा कि भाई ये तो लड़कों को मिल गया अच्छा यहाँ पे रैपर में.
मुझे लगता था कि अब शो करने की जरूरत नहीं है. It's clear now. I don't think कि इससे अच्छा ग्रुप आ सकता था. I think India is in this group they are the superior team without any doubt. Like it's loud and clear. But ultimately in football you have to go and play there and prove. Like it's not like you may have really good stats and rank. We might be ranked above them. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't count when actually you play. But I think national team, the players and coach, they should be a little bit happy. But they still have to play. And I think our players will be in good form because they will just like come out from the some of the national team players will come out with a really good confidence, playing in their respective teams, good football they have played. players like Kristen.
When is the league getting over, Ishfaq? The
I think
last day.
20th of the March is the final.
So you have a gap of 2 months.
Yeah.
April, May, 2.5 months before your
Yeah, but
or
I think
two months.
they are starting the camp immediately. That's what I heard. But it's
Hmm.
good. The players will be fit. Whether some of the players need rest because of the bubble or anything, that management and the coaching staff has to decide. But if we are talking about the group, as I was able to hear Jaydeep already, they should be happy. I think they should definitely target 9 points.
Yes.
Because which is achievable. But like other teams will be prepared. Whatever point tally will be there, but I think they should qualify from this group.
That's the main thing, ना sir. कितने आए, कैसे आए, बस पहुंचना है थी. चाइना की टिकट कटे,
Yeah,
ताकि चाइना
that's
में
the
खेल
idea.
ले आ
Yes.
गया.
True.
Fair point. Richard, this Kolkata factor, how big a boost will that be? And I'm not just talking about from a qualification point of view. I'm saying from a point of view, for a janta that wants to see the national team do well. You've done so many studies on this, sir. You want football to grow in a country, whatever happens. The national team's success, how the national team plays, the image the national team portrays, which is courtesy of what you do on the field, is also important. So in that sense, these 3 games in Kolkata will also be huge from an Indian team or Indian football perspective. Just so that the brand, the identity, वो औदा होता है ना एक national team का, वो बरकरार रहे.
नहीं, वो जो फैक्टर्स बताए थे आपने, द स्टाइल ऑफ प्ले एंड व्हाट हैपेंस ओवर 90 मिनट्स, दैट कम्स इनटू डिस्प्ले. और अभी आईएसएल का भी, आई मीन, वी आर रैपिंग अप इन क्लोज प्रॉक्सिमिटी विद द लीग, सो पॉइंट्स लाइक इशफाक हैड पॉइंटेड आउट, वन द प्लेयर्स विल बी मैच फिट. दूसरी बात है, रेस्ट भी लेना पड़ेगा. बाकी लोगों को, बहुत लोग घर 5-6 महीने के बाद जा रहे होंगे, तो आई गेस देयर विल बी अ बिट ऑफ अ ब्रेक एंड थिंग बेस्ड ऑन व्हाट management decides to do with them. लेकिन to carry over league form into national team form, that is where I think the gaps will sort of be plugged over here, क्योंकि अभी सब लोग अपने अपने पोजीशंस में खेल रहे हैं. We are starting to see a good all Indian front forming. इंजरी की वजह से, सस्पेंशन की वजह से मोहन बगान में जो हो रहा है, and then other players taking up key positions on the pitch. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि क्लब के लिए कहीं और खेल रहे हैं क्योंकि फॉरेनर्स को अकोमोडेट कर रहे हैं और अभी इंडियन प्लेयर्स को पेरिफेरी में डाल रहे हैं, मतलब विंग्स पे खिला रहे हैं सेंट्रल प्लेयर्स को. तो बहुत प्लेयर्स अभी अपने की पोजीशंस में परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं. So to identify the players who will make up the national team, और अभी promise भी था ना, मतलब with ski match we had seen that there was a big promise of playing football in a certain way, जो aesthetics के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, possession football, attacking football जो बोल रहे थे. And then again looking at the rankings of the teams, like Jaydeep sir had indicated initially, to enforce that in front of a very educated public. मतलब Calcutta crowd यहाँ पे सबको पता है इतना forgiving नहीं है. If you compare it to many other parts of the world, they follow the national team quite ferociously. मतलब वो अपने history भी काफी, I mean, they're quite on point with what has happened in the past and what they expect to see. So they will.
Would you do that, Richard, as a coach, where this kind of philosophy is still a work in progress, holding the ball, dominating the play? Would you do that in a tournament where it's 3 games? जी, उसके बाद हमें निकलना है ग्रुप से, irrespective क्या
नहीं,
होगा.
ऐसा नहीं है कि पहले
Would you
किया
play to
नहीं
your
है. I
strength?
mean, वो वेट ऑफ ऑपोजिशन जो दिखा है, मतलब कतार के साथ तो कर नहीं पाए, ट्राई भी नहीं
Yeah.
करना है. बट इन द अदर गेम्स अगेंस्ट बांग्लादेश एंड थिंग्स थोड़ा बहुत तो दिखाया था, मतलब प्रोग्रेसिव पोजेशन एंड ट्राइंग टू प्ले आउट फ्रॉम द बैक, व्हाटएवर आइडियल्स दैट वर लिंक्ड टू स्टी मैचेस अपॉइंटमेंट, राइट. तो अभी एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन का भी बात नहीं है, क्योंकि you see a lot of the coaches who have done well, the ones who occupy the top half of the table, a lot of them have got this style of play, जहाँ पे players are being encouraged to play in let's say linkages with the ideals of the national team is supposed to be based on leaning on Steve Match's appointment. मतलब काफी linkages उधर दिख रहे हैं. और ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि अचानक सीधा 60-70% पोजीशन दिखने मिलेगा, but I think just based on the forms and composition of the group, we might see a lot performance that are a lot closer to that. तो अगर 7 points की बात करें, वो जो 6 points आएंगे किसी के साथ, maybe it will be a lot more linked to how we would like to play, regardless of the quality of opposition.
It's an interesting point now, Ishfaq, because when you're playing result-oriented football, sir, ये जो आप 3 मुकाबले खेल रहे हो, ये सर result-oriented tournament है आप. ठीक है, आपने जी बाहर निकलना है. Result-oriented में आप सर क्या करोगे? आप ethos को बैकिंग करोगे कि आप वो बैलेंस ढूंढोगे?
Tell me which football game is not result oriented?
Everything is
No,
visible.
but
You
say
need
say
result.
a friendly Belarus, Bahrain, you can still say I'm preparing, so I can play a
But
certain style or
but in
whatever.
fact, you see, those are the practice where you try things, and then actually to implement, these are the tournaments. Like, and especially these kind of opponents. As Richard rightly said, you cannot do with that Qatar or Japan. We know that we have to have a different approach. You may still try it. FC Goa tried it in Champions League. They didn't budge from the doing it, but they some of our Indian players really showed up there also. But when it comes to the national team, I think if coach is trying to implement his philosophy, this is the tournament. It doesn't mean whether he will just sit back and counterattack and just want to get the results. It might happen. You might see we scoring against Afghanistan early or in first half, and then in second half the approach will be different. But the basic has to be there. Like what exactly he has been trying to tell us, or we showed in some matches, or they showed in some matches, and we saw that. I think it has to, this is the perfect opportunity to play. As Richard rightly said, a lot of Indian players are doing pretty well in their respective positions, which usually they're going to play in the national team also. तो ये एक बहुत अच्छा मौका है उनके लिए भी. But Renedy Bhai knows far better than us that it's not even for like when we play club championship, the international tournament is completely different. You need to have that, the changing that mentally from club football to international football is a different ball game. Most of these players who will be in the national team, we all know, have played the international football. I think coach should go with his philosophy rather than think of we need result and everything. We definitely do need every international, even though we play the practice matches or warm-up matches, you still need the good result over there also. You don't want to lose practice matches with some nice team like 10-0 or 8-0. So I feel like a perfect group to show their dominance over these kind of teams. I'm not saying they are pushovers. Don't get me wrong. Huh? They will put up fight. They are playing for their national team. We have seen past how Afghanistan was tough to beat, but this is in our domain. When we talk about our country's football, we should perform better. We should qualify from this group.
सर आपने रेनेडी भाई की बात करी, एकदम से ग्लो आ गए शो में. आपने देखा थोड़ी सी लाइट आ गई है शो में, क्योंकि रेनेडी भाई आ गए यहाँ पे. रेनेडी भाई, गुड टू सी यू. बिफोर वी गेट
Hello, brother.
इनटू
Hello.
स्टाइल ऑफ
Yeah.
प्ले, बिकॉज स्टाइल ऑफ प्ले तो सर हम 6 साल से बात कर रहे हैं स्टाइल ऑफ प्ले की, और करते रहेंगे मेरे ख्याल से. व्हाट डू यू मेक ऑफ द ग्रुप, रेनेडी भाई? Easy, because the consensus on the panel here is you couldn't have got an easier group than this, and this is your best opportunity now to qualify.
I totally agree with all my friends. I think we cannot ask for a better group than this. This is the best chance for India, and we all have played there. Cambodia, हम लोग ने 12 साल पहले भी खेला है, and we all know how many goals that we have scored. And from our days, our players, they have better facilities. I think they are playing better. I would say they are playing better. So we cannot, अपना style of play, this is not a place. Now we have to get result. This is where we have to prove. Forget about style of play. Now we have to get result. More than anything.
आपका स्टाइल ऑफ प्ले
This
बैक
is the
कर रहा
best
है गोल
chance.
स्कोरिंग? आपका स्टाइल ऑफ प्ले बैक कर रहा है गोल स्कोरिंग? मैं तो ये कह रहा हूँ. आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू आस्क यू इफ
Of
योर
course,
ethos is. हाँ जी प्लीज.
So जैसा so style of play तो अभी बहुत काफी टाइम हो गया है, and I think he already know player कितना पानी में है और कितना कर सकता है, नहीं कर सकता. He knows each and every one. So this group will not be like Sri Lanka or कि वो लोग Nepal और defense करेंगे for 90 minutes. Maybe even Cambodia, I think they will not defend for 90 minutes. So it's a good chance. It's a good chance for India. We will surely get a lot of space behind also. When Hong Kong is not going to defend for their life. Afghanistan, we have seen that, of course, they do defend, but they play attacking football also. So Cambodia and Hong Kong, we should.
Boys have written
best group for me.
Boys have written on the chat, Hong Kong recently played a draw against Bahrain, and a large part of that draw was courtesy of their foreign players who've been given citizenship, like Richard mentioned at the start of the show.
But we shouldn't forget that we played draw with Qatar also. Forget about Bharat.
Yeah, that is true. ये बात.
So now let's not go there. Hong Kong ने वैसा तो बहुत बोल सकता है, but I think we cannot ask for better group than this. We should be happy.
And Renedy bhai, if
This
you
is not going to
remember,
be easy, but
remember
we should be
those
happy.
two matches in Hong Kong and against Hong Kong when Bob was, I think, coach.
Yeah.
I think it won't be, and playing in Hong Kong, it won't be, it will be very similar. I personally feel doesn't matter who is playing there, like as Renedy bhai rightly said, we also played against Qatar. Qatar is the Asian champion. We played draw in Qatar. So, we
without Chhetri.
So it is as Renedy bhai rightly saying, we should all actually Indian football fans, who are attached with the Indian football,
brother,
should feel happy
we
about
played
the group.
Hong Kong. Yeah, we played Hong Kong long time back, and of course I think we lost in Hong Kong 2-1 or 1-0, 2-1. I think I don't know. Tomba scored or Baichung scored. I don't remember. Yeah, but the game that we have played, and we know that of course it was unlucky, but Hong Kong ke saath
Bhutia
I
scored.
think we have to win, and we should win. Bhutia scored. So we have to win, and that was not the difficult match. Of course you can lose a match. I'm not saying that, but Hong Kong में खेलकर अटैक काफी चांसेस मिला है, और हम लोग गोल कैसा खाया है वो भी मालूम है, and we don't have to talk कि गोल कैसा खाया है वहाँ यहाँ पे, लेकिन and I feel that Hong Kong अगर इतना 15 साल के बाद अगर हम लोग यहाँ पे जितना जो फैसिलिटी चल रहा है, लड़का लोग ट्रेनिंग है, कोचिंग कर रहा है, काफी मेरा ख्याल से वो सब देख के तो हांगकांग में we should beat Hong Kong.
Jaydeep sir, I'm taking this conversation forward. So I think it's a consensus, it's unanimous that we've got a good group. So the luck of the draw has favored India and their qualification chances for the Asian Cup. Now, and I'm saying courtesy of the ISL which is on right now, and it's also coinciding in a sense, say 1-2 महीना पहले आपका league खत्म हो रहा है, break मिलेगा like Ishfaq mentioned, so bubble fatigue can be taken care of, and then you can come fresh to prepare for those 3 games. जो लड़के कैंप में आएंगे और इन द इंडिया प्रोबेबल्स हैं, आप जितना उनको लीग में देख रहे हो, some of the boys that have caught your name or you caught your eye that are part of that team?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
No, I'm talking about the regulars, sir. The regulars, the Indian regulars, and how
I think the same. I was asking Richard about whether he has spotted any fresh face. At least maybe it is my fault only. I couldn't find any fresh face who could be called to the camp. I think the same lot of people will be called to the camp.
And how have they been faring in your eyes? The same lot?
I think they will fare against these teams. They should fare well.
No, for their clubs.
I think defender Hormi Pom should be called, even though he's from my team.
Okay. One or two names will be
good player.
One or two names will always be there. A few names always, but not a host of names will be there. And I think they are doing. If they are doing well, they are doing fine, I would say. And against these 3 teams, I think our boys should do well. And not only they are not going to get a full rest after this, because Mohun Bagan will be playing ATK Mohun Bagan will be playing the AFC Cup qualifiers. Then against, I think, that Nepal and winner of Nepal and Sri Lanka team. Then in May they are good. If they qualify, which I think they should qualify in the group stage, they will go for 3 matches in May. So some of the players will be busy there. And then Mumbai City will be going for the AFC Champions League. I don't remember how many Mumbai City players will be in the national camp. So players will be तो players तो थोड़ा club के लिए भी busy रहेंगे. I think they are on the last 15 days or so, the Steamer will be getting a full-fledged camp. I think so, and that is, I think, enough. As I said at the start, if India cannot qualify from this group, or rather top this group, that will be very unfortunate. So whatever the camp is and whatever whether they are going to rest or not, or injury or whatever, I have full confidence that India will qualify from this group. At least I take the risk of having a egg on my face, like it did in the World Cup qualifiers. But I'm still very confident they will do it.
अपना सिस्टम बड़ा क्लियर है, पहुंच जाओ बस. कैसे पहुंचो अपने को कोई लेना देना नहीं है, बस पहुंच जाओ भाई.
वो तो पहुंचना तो अर्जुन जीत के ही पहुंचना पड़ता. हाँ,
हाँ
you cannot
सेकंड
go
बेस्ट
there
टीम
by
पे बन के जाओ, अपने को क्या, कोई लेना देना नहीं, पहुंच जाओ बस वहां पे, चाइना की टिकट
सेकंड
कटा लो।
बेस्ट टीम करके क्यों इस ग्रुप में क्यों सेकंड बेस्ट टीम बनना है? ये तो 9 पॉइंट का ग्रुप है। ये कंबोडिया पे तो इंडिया वो बॉबर्टन का टीम या 7 गोल मारा था दिल्ली में, मेरे सामने मारा था।
मैं बस थिंकिंग बड़ी सिंपल है
और
कि
भी 2-4 हो सकता था।
I don't want to put too many
और भी 2-4
expectations.
हो
It's just
सकता
simple
था.
thing.
I also remember that.
Richard, because we have Ishfaq and Renedy bhai who've been so heavily involved with the league and have probably been following it also. So before I get to them, have you been seeing the regulars that are national team starters and how they've been faring in your eyes? And if any of them taken their game up a level, would you say, from when we saw them last turn out for the national team?
I think the rule change has really helped it a lot. Matlab, having less foreigners on the pitch and Indian players playing in their preferred or national team position, वो एक बड़ा factor है. And then the other bits also that, I mean, national team department के लिए ये कोई नया news नहीं है. मतलब their whole thing of identifying players for the next camp, identifying players in the 11. तो surprises camps में तो दिख जाएंगे. मतलब the guys who are called in for the camp, उधर थोड़े new faces, fresh faces दिख जाएंगे. The ones that national team staff feels that deserves a place for call up. लेकिन starting level मेरे को नहीं लग रहा है भी करके आगे बढ़ जाओ. But I think the year after that will be really interesting. I mean, jumping the gun over here, but post qualifiers we have AFC performances to look forward to. We have a whole ISL to look forward to. मतलब अगले साल लीग का भी जो composition रहेगा, format जो रहेगा, that'll be interesting to see how it affects the national team. Open league होने वाला है, home away हो जाएगा next year से. तो I mean जो भी बातचीत चल रही है, post qualification also that'll be really interesting to follow. तो मुझे नहीं लग रहा अभी इतने कुछ debuts दिखने वाले हैं. And
But Richard, my
in terms
question
of
is
the
like,
players that have
who do
been
you think will play two centre backs? If there won't be changes, who do you think that will play two centre backs?
पिछले लास्ट गेम से तो देखा है. मतलब बॉयज हु वर प्लेइंग आउट वाइड दे वर बीन ब्रॉट इन. तो बोज और कोटाल फिर बेके भी खेल चुका है उधर. तो मतलब नेशनल टीम का बोल रहा हूँ अभी वही दिख रहा है. मतलब फुल बैक्स को सेंटर बैक्स बना के उधर थोड़े एडजस्टमेंट्स हुए हैं रिसेंटली. तो बोल नहीं सकते इंजरीज कार्ड्स हु इज द मोस्ट डिजर्विंग पता नहीं ना भाई. मतलब एडजस्टमेंट का तो फ्लेक्सिबल अपना आशिक जो फॉरवर्ड प्लेयर है उसको लेफ्ट बैक बना दिया. नहीं खेला नहीं है. बोल रहा हूँ कि
फॉरवर्ड प्लेयर लेफ्ट बैक पहले भी खेला है. चैपमैन प्लेड एज अ लेफ्ट बैक. ही वाज अ फॉरवर्ड प्लेयर. You remember Akram played him as a left back at one point of time. What was ये आपका ये क्या था 96 में. अच्छा ये क्या था आपका हमारा नबी क्या नाम है उसका?
Nabi is also played everywhere.
Nabi.
हाँ नबी तो बाद में डिफेंडर बन गया.
Right back, left back, both places.
हाँ both play वो तो बेसिकली फॉरवर्ड था. वो ठीक है.
नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि रिसेंटली पोजीशन एडजस्टमेंट्स बहुत हुआ है. तो अगर इशफाक भाई पूछ रहे हैं कि सेंटर बैक कौन बनेगा, ऑनेस्टली बोल नहीं सकता हूँ. मतलब
इशफाक आप बताओ आपको क्या लग रहा है? आप you're in the middle of it, you're seeing it every day, you're seeing players from the naked eye rather than watching them on television. Who are you thinking? Have we solved all these position issues? Courtesy of club form. I'm just saying club form. When we see them together.
You're asking me or you're asking Renedy bhai?
I'm asking you, Ishfaq. Then I'll get to Renedy bhai.
I think seeing that there are like quite a few young players who have been performing also, and some senior players who are playing, as Richard rightly said, people are playing in their position. They are not playing out of the position. If we are talking about, for example, Subhashish Bose, he's playing left back only. He's not playing centre back there. So I think it's an easy decision for coach. Like as I said, whatever I assume, because I am in this team, I like Hormy a lot. I think he's if you know, like he's still 20 or 21, he's a future prospect. I think he has speed, power, which we usually have associated with Manipur state always. Like they have this God-gifted these two things. As you have seen, you know, like I have changed my opinion about him. Earlier, I thought he will take time, but he showed tremendous maturity when he played with alongside with one of our foreign defenders. He's one of the guy I feel has and one more guy is Suhair. I think he showed like he can play different position. He can play striker and winger, which I feel like like he deserved to be chance to call up at least because he has a big body and he can do the hold up play, which is like sometimes need. But there is a like immense like talent available on the wings also, and the way Manveer and Liston have been performing, that's good. And I like from the East Bengal camp also the Mizo guy. What is his name? I that young fellow. I really like him also. I think he's one guy for Namte. One guy for future. Like at 18, like you have that kind of self-belief that you can score goals and hold the ball and beat, and he doesn't get afraid of big names. I was really impressed with him also.
Renedy bhai, okay, so these are some new names that
I
are
forgot the
catching
name, Gil. I forgot the name, Gil.
Gil. Okay, Gil. No, I'm saying these are some new names. Okay, fine. I get it. These are new names, and it's a good thing. It's a good sign for the game that you're getting new players every year. And like Richard mentioned, I think the rule change has played a part in it. I am saying from your senior players, your Chetris, your Manveers, your Udantas, your Listons. I'm just counting them as regulars now, who will be in your startup. How have you seen their league gone so far? Because eventually, these are your match winners. They will make the difference for you. I'm talking about the guys in front, the guys at the back as well. There's Sandesh Jingan and so on as well.
Hello.
Yeah, Renedy bhai, you can't hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, I couldn't hear for a few seconds. Yeah. So now, all the players who have tried and tasted Sundays, I think he have started playing, but he needs few more matches to get properly match fit. And I feel that. And Manveer doing well, and all this. Liston, you talk about Liston, he's a starter, but he was never a starter. And we all know after playing so well in ISL, and he couldn't do the same as Bipin. Bipin and Liston. Liston, for me this year, the way he has been playing, I will be the happiest person if he can do the same in international level, or in this group, Hong Kong, Afghanistan, Cambodia. If he can tear them apart like he's doing for his club level, I'll be very, very happy. But we know that that's not the case. Same as Bipin. Bipin had a fabulous league last year, but then what happened when he got a chance? He couldn't do that. But again, with club, he was going off form. He started doing well again. So it's a difficult one, So now I feel that sometimes if you try, there is one player called Roshan from Bengaluru United. For me, he's the best player along with Liston. So with this guy playing, I think playing in the left back, 7 or 8 assists. It's not easy. 7 or 8 assists already. I feel, yeah. So it's not easy. It shows that assists from it. So we don't give a credit, but I know without him, last 2 matches. Not the last match, but 2 matches before that, Bengaluru struggle. I'm not saying he's the. So Bengaluru has got all the big names, but Roshan is the youngest guy, but he's still taking a lot of load on that. And if you see, so the technique wise for me, I love player who has got best technique, top class. Against us, he assists, and we drew with Bengaluru also when I was there. So, and it's not only because that if you see him match in, match out, you can see him. And Suhair is one of the top performer, and he can play. He can play behind the striker. He can play top striker. He can play on the wing. He has got speed. He's strong. Liston, we all know what he has been doing. Bipin, even though he's been playing very well right now in last few matches, but we don't know if he'll do the same, right? So I think now coach will go for all the players who are tried and tested. We talk about Manveer, we talk about Thapa, then he may bring in because he trusts them more. So now if we can get few more matches when there's a Hormipam, very good defender for his age and for the first time coming from I-League and the way he has performed. Yes, I think. But Sana, for me, again, he's been doing well. So yes, it's a difficult thing for the coach, We of course, just because they are doing well, do we like everywhere in the world, like or in Premier League, whoever is playing well, they just come in. So can we do the same here?
Can you? That's the question. That's the thing. Do you do blood in new guys for these 3 games, or you go over try and test?
So you play some. Yeah, I think he will go for try and test it for sure. So he have done that.
But-
He have tried and tested. He have done that with when was the match with Arab Emirates?
UAE and the second
UAE,
one
and
that
we got beaten.
Oman.
We got beaten heavily. Yeah. So
Yeah.
now he was trying all this. Listen to Akash Mishra, who is doing really well. Ashish Mishra. Akash Mishra.
Okay.
And we have Rai. We have a lot of players from Hyderabad who are doing really well. The winger. So everyone's doing well over there. I feel there are a lot of Indian players doing well over there too. So do we try them again, or we go for the senior one? So that's a big call actually, because we cannot
it's good to
we
see, but
cannot
they
we can't afford
they
to
get
lose.
called for the camp. Like how we, like me, I still remember like when we performed, like you guys were senior and already playing, and Constantine called many. You remember Habibur Rahman, Jerry, all us. Like I remember when you scored that goal against Singapore World Cup qualifying round penalty. We were all in there. Like it was first time. That was my first season, but that is how and honestly, being in the camp with you guys that time was the highest achievement for me, like for other young players, and that is what has pushed us to perform better and all that. I believe whoever is performing maybe have like 35 players first initially, but all the young players who are performing, especially you mentioned Roshan, what a fabulous player he is. What a confidence level, doesn't matter he's playing fullback, he can go up and down and deliver such wonderful crosses. These guys do deserve a chance. I'm not saying play with them, but I feel like these guys should be in the camp. We are not here to decide, but we are just giving a personal opinion.
Plus it's far away right now. I think still 2 more months to go. So a lot changes in a matter of 2 months. But there's a nice name that popped up, Jaydeep sir, VP Suhair. I'll be honest, मेरे दिमाग में आया नहीं. But VP Suhair gives you something, that possibly not too many players give you from an Indian perspective.
But he had already been called by Stimac before. Yes, I think he has been called for this Stimac before.
But इस season लचक अलग लग रही है उसकी एकदम,
He
confidence
has
जो
improved a
लचक
lot.
लाता है ना,
He has
अलग
improved a
अलग
lot.
लचक लग रही है
More
गाड़ी.
player, what we can say.
See, the thing is that Stimac has been doing lot of experimentation with players. He's changing players and doing a lot of things, which he has been accused of actually. A lot of people, like a lot of us, also did not like it always, and said that he shouldn't have done so many experimentations instead
UAE,
he should have gone for the not only UAE, a lot of matches we thought that he never has his first 11 ready. In 10-12 matches, if you look at it, he has always changed and chopped players. Sometimes 5 players, 6 players have been chopped. So now I think with this is the best chance. See, it is a chance for Mr. Stimac also, because if India had not qualified for the AFC Cup, that would have been the end of his tenure with the national team. But now, if India qualify for it, he is there, very much there up to 23. There is no doubt about it.
Yes.
So
Makes
he
sense.
shouldn't.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Doesn't matter. But I accept completely. So at this moment, with this situation, he shouldn't go for any experimentation. Should try the tried and tested, qualify first, and then do whatever he feels like. He will have 1 year in hand. I think India, the National Federation, will give him at least a half a dozen, those friendly matches here, there, tours, whatever, camps. Then he can do with it. Now he should field his best team, the best found team, and qualify and get 9 points out of these 3 matches. That will be enough, great for our confidence, I think. The Indian football will look different if India can qualify with 9 points. That the entire this gloomy scenario will be changed completely.
Dada, it's not that easy also. I wish इतना भी easy नहीं होगा. हम लोग इधर
मैं
कर
को
रहे
बोल रहा हूँ,
हैं. This is the best group, लेकिन कोच को इतना हेडेक हो रहा होगा. आप इसके साथ कतार के साथ अगर हारने से कोई कुछ उतना नहीं बोलेगा. इसके साथ हारने से गौन कैसे?
वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ. Renedy, you didn't
at all.
Renedy, you didn't hear me when I what I first said. You didn't hear me because you were not there. I said it's a
Okay.
good group, but it's not an
Huh.
easy group.
It's
That's
not
what
an
I
easy group,
first
yeah.
easy group.
Yeah.
And I said
Huh.
at least, but still I think we can get 9 points or maximum 7 points. If we don't get 7 points out of this group, then it is very unfortunate, I think. चिंता तो कोच का हो ही रहा है. I can understand. I can understand. But what
और
else
वो
you
भी कलकत्ता
expect?
में खेल रहा है.
वो भी कलकत्ता में
और क्राउड आ जाएगा सर, क्राउड आ जाएगा
दादा,
hopefully तब तक.
अरे सुनो,
कलकत्ता में बांग्लादेश के साथ 1-0 था. कलकत्ता में we all went. इतना it was full house stadium. 1-0 लास्ट में 1-1
आदिल का गोल में. हाँ, लेकिन एक चीज बता रहा हूँ कि रेनेडी इस बार उतना पब्लिक भी नहीं होगा, क्योंकि कलकत्ता के फुटबॉल तो सब मिलके खत्म कर दिया है. हाँ, 2 साल 3 साल से आप फुटबॉल ही नहीं खेले हुआ. आपके जो दो
तो आएंगे सर, नहीं आएंगे नेशनल टीम के लिए.
अरे अर्जुन, आपके जो दो मेन टीम है, वो दो मेन टीम, दे हैव रिफ्यूज्ड टू प्ले द लोकल लीग एंड नोबडी सेड अ वर्ड. इवन फॉर्मर प्लेयर्स डिड नॉट से अ वर्ड. कभी बोला नहीं कि ये क्या हो रहा है.
दादा मेरा इंटरव्यू सुना.
कब बोला था आपने?
यार दादा, हम लोग उधर ही था ड्यूरेंट कप में. आई वाज द ओनली वन हु सेड दैट कि मैं प्लेयर बना हूं, मेरा प्रेशर लेवल उसी से बड़ा है, मतलब खेलना सीखा मैं लोकल लीग. दैट वन, ट्रस्ट मी,
वही मैं
इट्स वन ऑफ द टफेस्ट लीग.
ऑफ कोर्स. अब वही मैं अर्जुन बोल रहा हूं कि कलकत्ता का जो एडवांटेज था, वो हो सकता है हम खो बैठे हैं. We have lost that advantage, perhaps.
It'll come back, sir, if you do well. It'll come back if you do well.
If we do well, you have to do well first. And what Renedy just said.
मुझे याद है रेनेडी भाई बड़े जोर से गए थे बांग्लादेश के खिलाफ देखने.
पूछो रेनेडी से.
बांग्लादेश देखने गया. आई थॉट बांग्लादेश को 2-3 मारेगा, उस दिन टेंशन हो गया था.
अच्छा रेनेडी, इस ग्रुप में सिर्फ अफगानिस्तान छोड़ के बाकी 2 टीम के हम 6 पॉइंट नहीं ले सकते हैं? आप बताओ.
बाकी हांगकांग अफगानिस्तान से हांगकांग थोड़ा अच्छा होगा मेरा ख्याल से दादा.
वो लोग खेलेगा.
हांगकांग थोड़ा अच्छा होगा अफगानिस्तान से. हाँ, अफगानिस्तान हम लोग ट्राई एंड टेस्टेड है. हम हांगकांग इतना खराब भी नहीं है, ऑफ कोर्स वो लोग खेलता है, उतना खराब भी नहीं है, लेकिन
ये पीछे बैठने वाली टीमें नहीं है रेनेडी भाई.
नहीं ना, कोई पीछे बैठने वाला. कंबोडिया भी अभी मालूम नहीं कैसा है. वो 15 साल पहले, कितना साल पहले था, 12 साल पहले, लेकिन कंबोडिया भी नहीं बैठेगा.
वो लोग भी इंप्रूव किया, हम लोग भी तो आपने जैसे कहा इंप्रूव किया.
हाँ, इंप्रूव किया. तो मेरा ख्याल से उतना डिफेंड तो नहीं करेगा ये लोग. अपना जैसा बांग्लादेश जैसा डिफेंड करता है 11 प्लेस, वैसा तो नहीं करेगा.
Not Afghanistan will be the toughest team. You think Afghanistan won't be the toughest team?
No, I think Hong Kong will be tougher. I feel, of course, football में almost same.
I feel the same. Hong Kong will be more like they will keep the ball and try to.
Why are you guys saying this? Because of their foreign dual nationalities जो देते हैं ये लोग.
हाँ, of course. सिंगापुर में भी वही करते हैं. सिंगापुर में भी 3-4 तो अफ्रीकन भी, उधर भी अफ्रीकन खेल रहा था. I don't know now.
It will be a similar kind of challenge as Singapore only.
Yeah, well,
similar kind of
same, almost. हाँ, वही रीजन का है ये लोग. मलेशिया.
But Renedy, considering the rankings, we are far ahead of them, isn't it?
तो हांगकांग में तो प्रॉब्लम ही तो चल रहा था इसका आगे दादा. वैसा तो हम लोग से आगे, हम लोग से पीछे था ये कनाडा. जब हम लोग खेलेगा तो कितना मुश्किल होगा, बोलिए तो दादा.
हाँ, वो भी बात है. वो तो गए भी थे तो.
Ian Yumi, our player of the tournament or player of the league.
Legend.
हाँ, उधर में चांस मिलना मुश्किल होता है. So
हाँ, but
for that matter, even those Lebanon and all that, they are like almost our, when we play against them, पता चलता है क्या होता है.
2006 तो India went to Canada ना. Renedy, you also went there in the वो क्या हुआ था? वो क्या?
Vancouver Whitecaps में था. Whitecaps के साथ Vancouver Whitecaps. हाँ.
हाँ,
खेला चाइना के साथ, खेला चाइना under 21, but that was a good exposure trip.
Good exposure trip था.
Richard, I just want to ask you, I think it's pretty clear that why would you try new players out for this 3-game qualification round? But what does VP Suhair give you? I'm still stuck on VP Suhair, sir, क्योंकि हमारे पास ना आगे अभी भी पॉसिबिलिटी है बंदों की गोल मारने की और होल्ड करने की. आप जिस भी नजरिए से देखें, सो यू सपोज वीपी सुहेर कुड बी दैट वन एक्सेप्शन कि ये एक खेला नहीं है, पर ही कुड हैव इफ हिज फॉर्म कंटिन्यूज द वे ही इज प्लेइंग फॉर नॉर्थ ईस्ट.
नहीं, दो शब्द जो अभी इशफाक भाई और रेनेडी भाई ने बोले थे, वन वाज कोचेस ट्रस्ट एंड द अदर बिट ऑफ टेम्परामेंट. अभी अगर क्वालिफिकेशंस ऑन द लाइन एंड थिंग्स आर गोइंग टू लुक एट दीस टू क्वालिटीज इन योर प्लेयर्स. मतलब ठीक है लीग फॉर्म है, लेकिन पहली बार बुला रहे हैं, क्वालिफाई करना ही करना है. तो जो भी क्वालिटीज अभी डिस्कस की थी, कैन होल्ड अप प्लेयर्स, गॉट अ गुड बर्स्ट ऑफ स्पीड, थोड़ा वर्सेटाइल भी है इन द फ्रंट लाइन, वाइड भी जा सकता है, नीचे आके सपोर्ट भी कर सकता है बिल्डअप को. आई मीन ऑल दोस थिंग्स टेकन इनटू अकाउंट. आई मीन जस्ट द मेंशन ऑफ थापा's नेम एंड थिंग, मतलब कोच किसको ट्रस्ट करता है ये काम उठाने के लिए, आगे टीम को करने के लिए. आई मीन these are factors that will count for more than anything. और वो टेम्परमेंट का भी बात आता है. आई मीन कॉन्स्टेंटली देयर वाज मेंशन ऑफ क्लब के लिए खेलना और नेशनल टीम के लिए खेलना, जो भी सामने ऑपोजिशन हो, वो फैक्टर्स भी आ जाएंगे. तो आई थिंक स्की मैच भी सब लोग बोले थे थोड़ा टेंशन है, लेकिन वो ट्रस्ट के साथ ये टेम्परमेंट भी लेके आना है फॉर जो भी ये 270 मिनट्स रहेगा खेलने के लिए. मतलब एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन का बात नहीं है, ये नहीं है कि यू आर गोइंग टू कंप्लीटली इग्नोर पर्सनस लीग फॉर मी. ऐसा भी नहीं है सोहेल इसी सीजन कर रहा है, मतलब इस सीजन ही इज गॉट अ लॉट मोर इनटू द लाइमलाइट. लेकिन लास्ट सीजन में आल्सो ही डिड रियली वेल. मतलब उसको वो जेसीबी भेजा था उसके घर, मतलब लीग में जो फॉर्म दिखाया था उसने, मतलब एयरपोर्ट से लेकर जो प्रोसेशन हुआ था उसके लिए, मतलब ही रियली गॉट द अटेंशन ऑफ द प्लेस वेयर ही लिव्स इन. तो मतलब इट्स नॉट दैट ये पहली बार कर रहा है, मतलब ही इज शोन कंसिस्टेंसी ओवर 2 सीजंस नाउ. लेकिन बात वही बन जाती है ना, मतलब नेशनल टीम के लिए खेलना, वो जो प्रेशर रहेगा इसके बाद देख सकते हैं. मतलब अभी से आई मीन डोंट नो व्हाट कन्वर्सेशंस नेशनल टीम कोच और या स्टाफ उसको फोन करके बोल रही होंगे. आई मीन ही माइट ऑलरेडी बी इन कनेक्ट विद देम इन टर्म्स ऑफ वी लुक फॉरवर्ड टू यूजिंग यू. मतलब जो भी प्रिपरेशन रहता है इसके पहले, मतलब कम्युनिकेशन एंड हिंट्स जो जाते हैं. लेकिन हाँ, मतलब यू आर लुकिंग एट फ्रॉम द पॉइंट दैट यू मेंशन, ही इज ब्रिंगिंग इन समथिंग दैट वी डोंट रियली सी अक्रॉस द बोर्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंडियन प्लेयर्स offering those qualities. And yes, there is definitely something there to sort of build the national team on. मतलब अभी अगर there is a element of a player who knows how to play in that position and take those, मतलब reliable तो है, मतलब उतना तो.
And does it week in week out basically.
हाँ, मतलब ग्राउंड पे डालेंगे और उसको बोलेंगे, क्योंकि खालिद भाई का भी वो एक एडवांटेज है, ज्यादा नहीं कराते. मतलब he knows how to use the players in terms of their strengths. मतलब इतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड नहीं है, तुम अपना काम करो, थोड़ा क्लैरिटी तो मिल जाता है प्लेयर लोग को, एटलीस्ट फ्रॉम व्हाटएवर आई हैव हर्ड अबाउट हिम. तो वहाँ पे प्लेयर्स गेट अ लॉट ऑफ चांसेस टू एक्सप्रेस देमसेल्व्स इन द बेस्ट. मतलब द क्या बोलेंगे, ब्लूप्रिंट इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स नहीं है. तो वही अगर नेशनल टीम में मिल पाएगा उसे, इन टर्म्स ऑफ तुम यही जाके करो, we expect such and such from you, and it leans on his strengths, then we can see some good changes over there.
Ishfaq, I'm going to start wrapping up the conversation. I think we've done enough time. And you'd started off this whole players conversation by saying who will play at the back. When we started this conversation of who players are doing what in the ISL, I'm saying एक होता है ना सर कि लीग आपकी चलती है, it leads to the national team and say in this league जी ये मेरे positions confirmed हो गए क्योंकि लड़के ऐसे खेल रहे हैं. आपके हिसाब से हर पोजीशन confirmed है या अभी भी थोड़े सवाल या निशान है नेशनल टीम को लेकर कि जी ये पक्के बंदे हैं?
There are question marks, but there are some players who are for sure there. Like as the Renedy rightly said, uh, Sandesh has not played for over a year almost now, and he needs more matches to get fitter. And definitely, those things has to be taken in account. Um, Sana, he has been playing, partnering with him. I think he played for Hyderabad. Is doing really good. They already qualified, and he's playing all the matches. Um, we talk about left back, right back. Most of the players who he has been playing are playing. So as if he wants to go to that same way, it's completely coach's choice. Who he feels comfortable with, and of course he must be having the pressure, as Renedy rightly said. अगर हम लोग सीनियर टीम किसी अच्छे टीम के साथ खेलते हैं तो अगर थोड़ी भी अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस होती है, everybody will clap. But when it comes to the same level of other country, we expect win, nothing less than that. You cannot sit behind and just तो वो pressure भी रहेगा. And then Richard added something. If the player has the my question is if you can take up जो players tried and tested it, but the players who have performed really good, player like Roshan, Suhair, I think they have already shown their the level of maturity and what they can do. If national team is playing, which I think they are playing the practice
two
matches
friendlies
or warm-up
in March.
matches,
Yeah,
that those will be the perfect some of these players to try. You cannot ignore some of them, like as Renedy said. It is not just a coincidence or by luck or chance somebody has 7 assists to play as a fullback.
By try you mean
Yes,
कि आपने उनको कैंप में बुलाया. By try you mean कैंप में बुलाया.
yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not saying he should play. We are not nobody to decide to who is the first 11. It's
Yeah.
completely coaches. I am saying even if you send some of them later home back also. But yes, yeah, but there are players uh, as what they have been doing in the our uh, Indian Super League, the National League, what we say, whatever we call it. If they continue the same form, I will be happy, as he said, listen closer, like he's. But then comes when you play with the 11 foreign players, Afghanistan, all big and strong. Whether you can do that, I don't doubt his abilities, but it's a complete different ball game. Can you beat them in the speed and with the body what you are doing it here? That is the question mark. As past we have seen that didn't happen. Can that
Yep.
happen now? That is the question mark. And for me, that's why Suhair and all these, because it's not only attacking these kind of players who are big body, and we have been talking about we need stronger players, physical abilities. When you have available players and they are performing, then why not?
Fair point.
भाई
हाँ
भाई
जी, रेडी
आपका कोर तो है ही है, आपका संदेश तो है ही, आपका कोटाल है, आपका बोस है, आपका मनबीर है,
True.
आप थापा है. Those guys are already there. Coach knows that कि वो लोग कितना खेल सकता है, कितना दिया हुआ है, कितना दे सकता है. But this guy अभी इशफाक ने जो मेंशन किया है, हॉर्मीपम, रोशन, सुहेर, स्पेशली ये तीन लिस्टन तो अभी है, पहले से था. सो ये जो तीन प्लेयर को बुला के खराब नहीं होगा. तीन प्लेयर को बुला के अच्छा ही होगा. ये लोग को खिलाना ऐसा ही जरूरत नहीं, लेकिन देखिए अभी 2 मैच जब खेल रहा है तो ये लोग को ट्राई जरूर कर सकता है. आपको मालूम है वो लोग अगर जो कोर वाला जो वगैरह वो फुल फिटनेस पे रहने से वो लोग तो खेलेगा ही है. अगर ये तीनों अगर ऐड करता है तो काफी अच्छा, खराब नहीं होगा, अच्छा ही होगा.
fair point. I think we've had a
अगर
nice
दूसरी बात भी
conversation.
देखेंगे, ये AFC का जो competitions आ रहे हैं, I mean, I think Mumbai City FC and Mohun Bagan will be engaged there. So if the players are not available for national team camp, all the more reason to call boys like Roshan and Suhair to, अगर camp चल रहा है वो duration में clash हो रहा है AFC commitments और camp commitments के साथ, that's the best time to sort of bring them in and see मतलब इनके साथ काम हो रहा है कि नहीं, because good 5-6 names will go missing because of the AFC commitments.
I think, Arjun, it is also at the same time, it is not about players, it is which Ishfaq said, I think, that it is about the temperament also.
Yes.
Because ये जो 4 टीम का ग्रुप होता है ना, 3 मैच खेलना पड़ेगा, ये ऑलमोस्ट नॉकआउट टाइप का होता है. और हमारा players are used to, I'm sorry to say, used to playing in a tournament which is a kind of a laid back tournament in the sense no performance comes back to haunt you. मतलब कोई ऐसा एक परफॉर्मेंस नहीं इसके बाद बोला जाएगा 2 साल 5 साल बोला जाएगा he missed that goal, that's why that team got demoted or that got promoted or whatever. ये थोड़ा temperament जो है, I think coach should be able to change it, because we are almost going into a knockout tournament at the moment.
All the more you back your experienced players, basically. All the more you back your guys you've been backing. For temperament comes with time. Temperament comes with wearing that jersey and playing.
But what Renedy says is also right. These 3-4 names, Renedy and Ishfaq and Richard were talking about, they could be called to the camp. Why not? Call them to the camp.
Gurpreet Sandhu used to be called to the camp.
So see what they have to offer on the plate, and they can be. So that would be not if he can make a core group of say 25 players with him, with himself, and these new boys can be a part of that. So, and it is easier to change the temperament of the fresh boys because they are fresh in their minds.
That is how Dada you evolve with the new players also. Na? We cannot ignore them. This is how, call them slowly, as Renedy said. It's not necessary to play them, but keep them in the group. Let them how that feel, what national team means, and what kind of atmosphere is there. If we won't start doing that, then any talent who is performing is always a new player.
That is true. Which actually Stimac should be commended because he calls a lot of new players.
Yeah, he's called.
He calls a lot of new players. So I hope he is watching it. And I know no player will be called from the tournament, but I know no player will be called. But still, we have I-League till May.
Oh,
We
अच्छा.
might find one or two players who are good.
So
I'm very sure they won't be
शौक
called.
खत्म हो रहा था
That
अभी
has
तो.
been cleared already, Dada. I think that has been cleared already. They are definitely, if there is player, they will definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything. Yeah, I mean that debate will continue. Is the level you're playing at the I League, is it good enough for you to get a jump into the national team?
That is true, because so
Or
far no player has been called. That's what I'm saying. Nothing
yeah,
else. I'm not accusing anybody.
Yeah, I just feel there's so many arguments to it. Your last season's highest goal scorer, you haven't seen him on the field at all.
That I predicted last year only.
Exactly.
That he will vanish
दिखाई नहीं
now
मिल
after
रहा.
that. See,
बिल्कुल भी नहीं
if
दिखा.
you on 21st of November 2019, when the I-League was launched that year, Mr. Stimac, I was present there. He said that any Indian player who has an Indian passport is eligible for my team, and those who playing in the I-League shouldn't think they could be ignored. So based on that, I am saying that let us all. So till then, I think is now more than 2 years have gone, and no I-League players have been called. I am not getting into that. I am saying based on that, we should also watch the I-League and see if we can get one.
But this year, positivity we have also seen in terms of I-League to ISL jump. मतलब दानिश का performance देखो, हॉर्मी का performance देखो.
हॉर्मी पम, exactly.
ये नहीं है कि सब लोग जो I-League से ISL गए हैं bench पे बैठे हैं. मतलब lot of these guys are getting serious minutes in the league.
I'm talking about the strikers.
अच्छा avenue तो दिख गया है. मतलब upwards.
I'm talking about the strikers. Yeah, उसी पे बोल रहा हूँ. That's what I feared about Vidyashankar, because
विद्यासागर को चांस मिला है, ऐसा नहीं कि प्रूफ करने को नहीं मिला है. विद्यासागर को
बहुत ज्यादा चांस नहीं मिला. रेनेडी
नहीं दादा, सी नाउ हम लोग को भी जब हम लोग छोटा टाइम से आया है TFA से, हम लोग मोहन बागान में डायरेक्ट आया, 8 आया है, 2 सर्वाइव किया है. ओके, सो दिस इज नॉट अ प्लेस कि उसको चांस देगा. 8 आया, जो किसको इसको 3-3 गोल करके मोहम्मदन मोहन ईस्ट बंगाल को 4 गोल मार के आया. हम लोग 8 या 9 साइन किया, 2 सर्वाइव, 2 साल में सब गायब हो गया. So we could see that कि इतना विद्यासागर के लिए अकेला ना, विद्यासागर has to take it. अगर उसको चांस हम दिया है, उसने ISL मैंने देखा है, उसको चांस मिला है, he has to prove. Otherwise there is no way. Like हॉर्मीपम को अगर चांस मिला है, हॉर्मीपम ने प्रूव किया है. अभी डैनिश ने, फारूक ने को चांस मिला, इसने प्रूव किया है.
फॉरवर्ड्स भी देखेंगे रेनेडी भाई, सेम्बॉय भी अभी थोड़ा फॉर्म में आ रहा है, मतलब रेगुलर मिनट्स मिल रहे हैं पोजीशन में.
अच्छा, what has happened to the other striker Renedy, Joby Justin? What do you call about him? How many chances he was given?
दादा, we cannot say that कि चांस उसको नहीं मिल रहा है. प्लेयर है
नहीं मिला था. लास्ट ईयर कहां मिला था?
When you are a coach, दादा, when उसको प्रैक्टिस में दिखाना पड़ेगा. प्रैक्टिस में दिखाना पड़ेगा कि मैं कैसा हूं. अगर if I am a young player, every single day मैं जो छोटा जो खेल खेलता है, उसमें मेरे को कोच को दिखाना पड़ेगा कि मैं हूं. तो ये लड़का लोग नहीं दिखा सका है. सो हम लोग सिर्फ स्ट्राइकर का बहुत बड़ा हेल्प कर देते हैं इन वन वे, विच इज नॉट राइट. ऑल्सो स्ट्राइकर को ये नहीं मिल रहा, वो लोग को काफी चांस मिला है. अभी सुनील छेत्री को उधर में चांस मिला. सुनील छेत्री भी बाहर बैठना पड़ा, अभी इतना बड़ा नेम. सो नाउ
सो यू मीन टू से रेनेडी,
उदांता खेल रहा है.
उदांता आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग, आई एम ओनली
मजा आ रहा है उदांता गेम देख के.
जोबी जस्टिन एक कितना क्लब, अभी आई डोंट हैव एनीथिंग अगेंस्ट जोबी जस्टिन, ही इज अ नाइस गाय. कितना क्लब चेंज किया है. अभी का
उनको फोन आ गया
इन द मॉडर्न, अभी मॉडर्न फुटबॉल में स्ट्राइकर है, हम की टॉप स्ट्राइकर नंबर 9 खेलता है. नो, यू हैव टू प्ले राइट लेफ्ट, खेलना पड़ेगा अभी, अदरवाइज देयर इज नो स्पेस नहीं है. हम जो भी जस्टिन है, हम राइट, जो भी जस्टिन should be able to play.
Listen to me, Renedy. You mean to say that Joby Justin did not prove himself in the ATK Mohun Bagan practice? That's what you mean to
say. That's why he couldn't. So now,
are you sure about it?
No.
Can you say it with conviction?
Let me explain.
No. Can you say it with conviction?
You just said it. Let me explain. Let me explain. उसने प्रूव, ओके, कोच का वजह से उसको खेलने नहीं मिला in ATK, fine, right? So when he went to Chennai, वो भी कोच को उधर से, फिर how many team you are going to change to get a place?
I think he should have got chances.
One coach. हम लोग को समय में, मेरे को अमल दत्ता ने चांस नहीं दिया, right? अमल दत्ता ने मेरे को चांस नहीं दिया. I went somewhere else and proved, right? So now each player, if you're not getting in one place, you are training well, coach is not giving a chance. So when you move to the other team or the next team, you should be able to take a chance. My point
That
is
is
that.
true.
हाँ,
I am
तो
talking
दादा,
about his.
So that's what I mean. So he has been getting chance. He's not in उधर में नहीं. He was in Chennai, right? Was he in Chennai? Yes,
Yes,
he was
yes,
in Chennai.
Chennai.
So he has to take it there. But Chennai is a team who is struggling. They are looking for players. East Bengal is a team that many players जो भी आजा खेल ले रहा है. So there are many players who.
Don't you think he should have been there? I take whatever you say, Renedy, with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Frankly speaking,
So,
telling you that
so I think
what do you mean?
Even Vidyasagar same.
So you think he didn't prove himself in ATK Mohun Bagan?
That's why he's no.
How many
ATK
minutes? How many minutes
So,
he was given? How many minutes he was given, Renedy?
ATK Mohun Bagan में this was a big. ATK Mohun Bagan is a champion side. He didn't get a team. He didn't get a name first 11 में. और तो उसने गया है चेन्नई में. चेन्नई में जाके वो तो उधर तो खेलना चाहिए. अभी कहाँ जाओगे अभी?
I think it's a subjective thing, na sir. The thing is, I think it's subjective. ये जो हो रहा है, selection issues जो भी हैं, these are things that don't really come out. Now it is subjective. Like if say Richard is a coach, if you are a coach, sir, or if Renedy bhai is a coach, and Jobby has come to 3 teams, एक को चला, 2 को नहीं चला. भाई मेरे को ऐसा प्लेयर नहीं चाहिए. मुझे नहीं मजा जो मुझे आपसे चाहिए as a player. It is not working for my team. So it's not.
Then why did you take him?
दादा coaches choose करते India में only अगर coach choose करता होगा.
You've taken him on the back of a goal scoring record. There is no doubt about it. You've taken him on the back of a goal scoring record of what he's done in the I-League. But
I think it was very premature of him to leave East Bengal. He should have stayed there for at least one more season. One more season.
Sir,
but when you get okay, go ahead. Let's forget it.
मैं वही कह रहा हूँ ना सर कि the point is at the end of the day, I think everyone is right in their own way in a sense that it is such a subjective call for a coach to decide for whatever reason if you don't want to use a player. But the point is if a player is going from A to B to C, and A, B, and C also he's not getting a chance, then somewhere also the player's ability or whatever he's doing comes into question.
और चांस का बात तो मिट ही जाता है भाई. मतलब इसके चक्कर में तुम्हारी नौकरी चले जाएगी जहाँ पे 2-3 गेम में कोचेस आई मीन दे बीइंग डिसमिस्ड एंड थिंग्स. यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू वरी अबाउट द प्लेयर्स. उसको चांस मिल रहा है कि नहीं. यू आर गोइंग टू पुट द टीम.
टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट कोच.
तो आई एम ओनली टॉकिंग अबाउट द ये हो जाता है. मतलब चाकू पूरा गले पे रहता है. मतलब व्हाट इज द कॉन्सिक्वेंस. ये अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलता ही नहीं है. और मेरे को लग रहा है जो भी जस्ट जब लिया था और तो कोच अंदर आ गया.
Richard is speaking from दिल से बोला गया यहाँ पे.
नहीं, it's true. अगर दादा मेरे को अभी ईस्ट बंगाल में this guy Shemboy has not been playing for a long time. I could see that he has been working hard. So उसने खिलाया at least मैंने 3 मैच में तीनों मैच ही खिलाया. इसने खराब नहीं खेले. So now for coaches कि किसको क्या कर रहा है, अगर इंडिया हो या फॉरेनर हो, किसको क्या कर, जैसा रिचर्ड ने बोला, अगर वो उससे जीत सकता है तो वैसा अगर लड़का लोग को दिखाना पड़ेगा. आपने जो नाम लिया है, जोवी जस्टिन है, विद्यासागर है, दिस पीपल हैज टू प्ले, दिस पीपल हैज टू वर्क मोर देन.
I think the story is a bit different with the strikers and people of other positions.
दादा हम लोग का जमाना में मैं इतना भी बोलना चाहता हूँ. हम लोग का जमाना में हाँ रेनेडी सिंह लेफ्ट विंग है तो पूरा 19 years लेफ्ट विंग में ही खेला. अभी का आप अगर लेफ्ट विंग, राइट विंग, इनसाइड नहीं खेल सकता तो कोई जगह नहीं है दादा. रेनेडी अभी बचेगा नहीं. अभी लेफ्ट विंग में खेल के सो नाउ फॉर अ कोचेस ही शुड बी एबल टू प्ले इनसाइड, आउटसाइड, सब जगह खेलना पड़ेगा दादा. स्ट्राइकर हो के मेन स्ट्राइकर, हम स्ट्राइकर अकेला है. विद्यासागर कहाँ खेला? विंगर में. अभी विंग में खेला. जस्टिन कहाँ खेला?
हमारा स्ट्राइकर्स खेलता कहाँ है? हमारे स्ट्राइकर्स सब
उदांता कहाँ खेला दादा?
विंग में खेलता है
दादा. अपना स्ट्राइकर बोल के नहीं, अपना स्ट्राइकर को अभी सब जगह में आप बड़ा मैच में देखो, जितना स्ट्राइकर है ही डोंट स्टे देयर राइट. एक ऐसा खेलते नहीं रहता है. दे हैव टू शफल इन. अब सब जगह खेलना पड़ेगा दादा, नहीं तो हम लोग फंस जाएंगे.
अच्छा, tell me one thing, Renedy. Give me one good answer. Why that all our players of striking position, those who play in the striking position in the national team, like Manveer, like Liston, like why do they play on the wing instead of playing in the middle?
Because they have got better players than Manveer.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's
they've got better players than Manveer. लेकिन Manveer जब proof नहीं कर सकता. But Indian team में जब आएगा, Manveer अंदर में खेल रहा है तो भी गोल नहीं आ रहा, वो साइड में ही चला जाता है फिर.
Yeah, so I think the bigger question, okay, this is subjective, कि नहीं मिल रहा, वो मिल रहा है, ये अच्छा player मुझे लगता है, मुझे इतना अच्छा player नहीं लगता. I think the bigger question is, say if a Jobby Justin has gone from one East Bengal to ATK Mohan Bagan, from ATK Mohan Bagan he's gone to Chennai. What is stopping this guy from saying, if you have ambitions of playing for the national team, take a cut, come down to the I League, get into a team where you'll get a regular starting position. Get a regular starting position, let go of that money for 1 year. Okay, I know it's easier said than done for me sitting in my house over here, internet pe baith ke. But that is one of the other ways. Score your goals again. And again, try finding a team again. Because at the end of the day, sir, ये position तो खाली है. सुनील छेत्री भी है, कब तक सुनील छेत्री चलाएगा, ये पोजीशन अभी भी खाली है. तभी हम वीपी सोहेर की बात कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि पोजीशन खाली है. ये जी वीपी सोहेर अब दिख गया हमें यहाँ पे. ईशान पंडिता को तब भी कॉल अप्स आ रहे हैं, इवन दो द स्टैट वो सर कितने मिनट खेला है जयदीप सर दिस सीजन?
This season I don't remember.
But again, off the bench performances.
बेंच से अब बहुत सारा मैच आया है, 5 मिनट 10 मिनट 5 मिनट 10 मिनट, बहुत सारा. लेकिन बेस्ट एग्जांपल है सुहेर कहीं भी खेल लेते. सुहेर विद स्ट्राइकर, सुहेर इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल, एंड जॉबी जस्टिन शुड टेक अ इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम सुहेर.
Okay, chalo.
Vidyasagar the same.
Nice conversation, guys. I just want to, before we end it, sir has started the conversation by saying we hope we get 9 points. तो मैं सर आपका 9 लगा के चल रहा हूँ, क्योंकि हम
नहीं 7 लगा लो, मैं 7 ले लो, 7 ले लो.
ठीक है जी.
मैं 2 छोड़ दिया, जाओ.
रेनेडी भाई बताओ आपके हिसाब से, क्योंकि हम कलकत्ते में आखिरी मैच के बाद हम करेंगे टैली.
ब्रदर मैं फर्स्ट मैच देखूंगा, उसके बाद ही बोलूंगा.
That's true.
फर्स्ट मैच के बाद ही बोलूंगा मैं. हाँ
बट लेकिन रेनेडी
बोलना चाहेगा.
फर्स्ट मैच तो कंबोडिया है.
दादा हाँ, फर्स्ट मैच कंबोडिया का अगेंस्ट में पता चल जाएंगे. उसके हिसाब से.
You want to give a number, Richard, before we say goodbye?
नहीं भाई, अभी कुछ नहीं करूंगा. वही
रिचर्ड
सब बैकफुट पे आ गए अभी.
देखो मैं बोल रहा हूँ 9 पॉइंट, 7 पॉइंट
खेला आपने. ठीक है जी, डन गाइस.
खेला हो गया.
Just want to say now, we're going to be coming regularly, even if we have no matches to talk about. Even if we have no matches,
9 points.
No, sir, we're coming. Even if we have no matches to talk about, I am saying that because March में Belarus और Bahrain है, 2 मुकाबले हैं. So if nothing, every week we'll just sort of review any players that have caught the eye in the ISL once a week, or any players that could make that mix in the ISL, because I think that is a progressive topic. We'll continue saying, because there is room for new players in this team. When you bring them in is a different thing, but there is always room for new players in this team. And like Ishfaq mentioned, though, Ishfaq nicely just exited the conversation. He said that you must have a way of rewarding these players who are doing well in the league.
No, we'll continue with the strikers topic.
Done. Jaydeep sir, Richard, Renedy bhai, Ishfaq, thank you so much for your time. बड़े दिन बाद मिले हैं, and it was a lovely conversation, because and which is why you guys need to come regularly, please.
And बड़े दिन बाद मिलेंगे, ये भी सोच लो.
नहीं देखेंगे, उसका भी डैशबोर्ड लग गया है. एक मैं एंड में ये कहना चाहता था कि आज अगर आपने देखा कॉन्वर्सेशन जल्दी शुरू हुआ है और खत्म भी हो रहा है टाइम पे, इज बिकॉज एक हमारा दाढ़ी वाला भाई जो है, जो मणिपुर में बैठा है, सत्ता को लेकर वो गया है, वो है नहीं आज, तो उसने कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ली नहीं शो की आज, तो शो बड़ा स्मूथली गया है. और ऑफ कोर्स उनके वाइब्स मिस कर रहे थे हम, बट ही विल बी बैक प्रीटी सून. मच लव टू ऑल ऑफ यू जेंटलमैन. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वाचिंग, गाइस.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Dada, Richard, Pandit. Thank you.
Same to all of you.
Thank you.
Same to all of you.
Bye.
Bye.